Okay, let's unpack this. Think about the last time you needed help from a company. Maybe you were stuck on hold forever, had to repeat your problem like 3 times.
Oh, yeah. Or got completely different answers depending on who you talk to.
Exactly. Sound familiar? You are definitely not alone. Those frustrating experiences, well, they're kind of the universal challenge businesses face today. Customer expectations are just sky high.
Totally. We want answers instantly. We want interactions that feel, personal.
And we want it all seamless, right? No matter how we reach out, phone, chat, whatever.
hmm And meeting those expectations while still running an efficient operation, that's the real struggle.
It really is. And it's exactly why artificial intelligence is stepping into the picture now,
Yeah, it's not just tweaking customer service, it's actually transforming it
shifting it from just being seen as like a necessary cost.
to being a powerful strategic advantage, a way to actually win.
And that's really what we're diving into today. We've been looking at some source material, particularly an article by Winston Trim, that lays out how AI is tackling these exact problems head on.
Right, it gives a really good framework for understanding this shift.
So, our mission with this deep dive is basically to pull out the most important nuggets from this source. We want to understand the two main ways AI is showing up in customer service,
How they actually work, both on their own.
and crucially, how they work together. We're talking AI handling phone calls and AI powering those chat windows you see everywhere online.
Right, it's happening now. It's not some, distant future thing.
So let's maybe start by setting the stage. The article describes this as almost an unseen revolution that's already underway.
Yeah, and what the article really highlights right off the bat is that today's customer demands are just unprecedented. They expect instant gratification, interactions tailored specifically to them, seamless support across every channel.
Right. No patience for waiting around or feeling like just another ticket number anymore.
And what's really insightful, I think, is that the article doesn't frame AI as just replacing humans. Instead, it describes AI as acting as a powerful amplifier.
Ooh, I like that, an amplifier. Sounds much more collaborative.
Yeah, it suggests making the human team more effective, not necessarily redundant.
And the article points out this isn't just theory, right? These kinds of AI solutions are already out there.
Absolutely. They're delivering real, tangible benefits today. Things like resolving queries faster, handling massive volumes of interactions without breaking a sweat.
And this is key, freeing up human staff to focus on the stuff that actually needs a human brain. Creativity, complex problem solving, empathy.
Exactly. And the article identifies the two main forms these AI solutions are taking right now. AI systems answering calls.
And AI powered chatbots, the ones on websites and social media, those digital channels.
hmm So maybe let's start with the phone side. The article calls this a silent revolution, AI call answering.
Okay. So what's the basic idea there?
Well, the fundamental concept is using AI systems with natural language processing, NLP.
That's the tech that lets computers understand human language, yeah.
Exactly. That combined with machine learning. So the system can understand what you're saying on a call and respond in a way that feels a lot more natural than those clunky old press 1 4 systems.
Ugh, yeah. We all hate those.
They-
So it gets
they-
the intent, not just keywords.
Precisely. But before we jump into how it helps, the article does a good job reminding us of the classic pain points in traditional call handling, things we've all felt.
Oh, yeah, the universal frustrations. Missed opportunities is a big one it mentions.
Right. Every unanswered call could be a lost sale or just a really annoyed customer.
And then there are the hold times, just listening to that awful music.
Drives people crazy, leads to frustration, people hanging up, churn.
Seriously, hold music itself should be a listed business risk.
Chuckles, probably.
Hmm.
And for businesses, think about providing true 24/7 support. It's incredibly challenging, super expensive, especially with different time zones, staffing,
Yeah, the logistics must be a nightmare.
and another huge drain, repetitive questions. Human agents spend so much time answering the same basic stuff over and over.
Wasting their skills on things a machine could probably handle.
Right. And then you get inconsistent information because different humans might explain things slightly differently. That erodes trust.
True. And the bottom line, the high operational costs. Salaries, benefits, training, infrastructure for a call center, it all adds up fast.
Definitely. So how does AI step in? The article uses Rosie.ai as an example of this tech, describes it as an intelligent virtual receptionist.
Okay, an intelligent virtual receptionist. How does that tackle these issues?
Well, think of Rosie.ai like the perfect always-on team member. It hits those pain points directly. Missed calls, 24/7 availability, solved. It just doesn't miss calls. It's there 365 days a year, ready to answer.
Okay, just being always available is massive for a lot of businesses.
Huge. And brings intelligent call screening and qualification. You can train it,
Explain it now.
to ask specific questions relevant to your business. So for a real estate agent, maybe it asks about budget or location upfront.
Ah, so the human agents only talk to people who are actually qualified leads.
Exactly. Filters the calls, saves so much valuable human time.
Makes sense.
It's also super efficient at gathering info. You set it up to collect names, contact details, the reason for the call, all the basics.
So the human agent has context when they do get involved.
No starting from scratch. And the article mentioned automated callback scheduling. That sounds cool.
Yeah, tell me about that.
It's a game changer, really. If a human needs to follow up, Rosie.ai can check the team's calendar, like integrate with Google Calendar,
Okay.
find an open slot,
Sure.
and schedule the callback automatically at a time that works for the customer.
Wow, no more phone tag. That alone improves the experience drastically.
Really. And what about consistency? That was another pain point.
Right, different answers from different people.
Well, the AI operates off a predefined script and accesses a central knowledge base. So every caller gets the exact same accurate information every single time. Builds reliability.
Okay, consistency, availability. What about the cost side? Must be significant savings.
The article definitely highlights reduced operational costs. If you automate a big chunk of those initial incoming calls, you just need fewer humans dedicated to that first contact.
Leads to long-term savings.
Yeah, it's often presented as just a fraction of the cost of a traditional setup.
And you get data out of this too, presumably.
Oh, absolutely. The article notes that typically every interaction is recorded and transcribed.
So you get analytics.
Tons. Detailed logs, data on call patterns, common questions, peak times, how effective the AI is. It's incredibly valuable insight.
So it really flips the script on phone handling, from reactive and maybe overwhelmed.
To proactive, super efficient, and always responsive.
That's quite a transformation for the call side. Okay, let's shift gears. Digital world. Customer service isn't just phones anymore.
Not at all. Customers expect immediate answers on websites, social media. Sending an email and waiting 24 hours. Feels ancient now.
Totally. And this is where AI chatbots come in, right? That immediate front line for digital stuff.
Exactly.
So what are the specific digital pain points the article says these chatbots fix, similar to calls?
Some overlap, yeah.
Yeah.
First, those delayed responses from emails or web forms chatbots make that instant.
Okay.
Then there's the overwhelmed support teams dealing with tons of repetitive chat questions. Same issue as calls, just in text.
Right. The same FAQs again and again.
Precisely. And the challenge of 247 digital support. Staffing humans for chat around the clock is really resource intensive.
Makes sense.
Inconsistent digital interactions. Again, different agents typing slightly different things.
And missed lead capture on websites, how does that work?
Well, if someone visits your site, has a quick question, can't find the answer instantly, they might just leave, poof, gone. Chatbots can grab them.
Engage them before they bounce.
Exactly. And finally, scalability. Human chat teams just get swamped during peak times, like big sales events. AI scales instantly.
Okay, so how does an AI chatbot, like the ones discussed the article mentions, LiveChat.ai, actually solve these?
Right. LiveChat.ai is used as an example of a platform with strong AI chatbot features. It tackles those points directly. Delays in 247 issues. Instant answers anytime. Digital wait times for many common questions basically drop to 0.
That's huge for online customer experience.
Definitely. It automates answering FAQs. You train the bot on your knowledge base, your product info, policies, whatever.
And it handles all those common repetitive queries instantly.
Freeing up human agents for the trickier stuff.
But what if the question is really complex or weird, something the bot doesn't know?
That's crucial. The article stresses that good AI chatbots know their limits. If a query is too complex or if the customer just says talk to a human, the bot seamlessly transfers the chat.
Seamlessly?
Yes, and importantly, it passes the full chat history to the live agent.
So the customer doesn't have to repeat everything. That's key.
Absolutely avoids that frustration. And chatbots can be great for lead qualification too.
How so?
You can program them to proactively engage visitors, ask qualifying questions, collect contact info.
Even guide them through a checkout or a sign-up process?
Yeah, exactly. Turning casual visitors into actual leads or customers.
Nice. Can they personalize?
Yes. By integrating with things like your CRM, they can access past history, preferences, make the interaction feel more tailored.
What about languages?
The article notes that modern ones often have multilingual support, so you can talk to customers in different languages without needing, a human team for every single one.
Wow, that helps with scaling globally. And I assume data and analytics come with this too.
For sure. A platform like LiveChat.ai gives you detailed analytics on the chatbot's performance, what questions get asked most, resolution rates, customer satisfaction with the bot, invaluable stuff for improving it.
And you mentioned proactive engagement, the bot reaching out first.
Right. You can set up triggers. Like if someone's lingering on a product page for a while, the chat window can pop up offering help specifically with that product.
Anticipating needs, very cool.
Yeah, trying to help before frustration even starts.
So putting in an AI chatbot really creates this responsive, efficient, scalable digital support system.
It really does. But, and this is a major point in the article, the true power isn't just picking one calls or chat. It's integrating them.
Ah, the synergy. They aren't competing, they're complementary.
Exactly. That's where the real transformation happens.
Okay, why is that integration so vital then? What does the article say?
Several powerful reasons.
Yeah.
First, omni-channel consistency. Customers jump channels, call, then website, then maybe social media.
Yeah, we all do that.
An integrated system means they get a seamless experience, consistent info, no matter where they interact. It doesn't feel disjointed.
Because a disconnected experience feels awful as a customer, like the company doesn't have its act together.
Right. It also massively enhances the customer journey itself. The article gives an example. Imagine a customer calls, the AI gathers initial info. Later, they're on the website chatting with a bot about the same issue. When a human agent finally connects, they have the full history from both the call and the chat.
Wow, that context makes all the difference. That would feel like top-tier service.
Definitely. It also maximizes resource allocation for the business. AI handles the routine, high-volume stuff on both phone and chat.
Freeing up humans for the complex, empathetic, strategic interactions, the stuff only people can do.
Exactly. Which can also boost job satisfaction for the humans. They're doing more interesting work.
Makes sense. AI does the heavy lifting, humans handle the delicate or difficult parts.
Precisely. Another benefit, unparalleled scalability. Think about huge traffic surges like Black Friday. Integrated AI can handle massive volume across channels simultaneously without needing a proportional hiring spree. Service quality stays high under pressure.
Okay, that's a huge operational advantage, and combine the data gives richer insights.
Absolutely. Data from AI calls plus chatbot chats gives a much more complete picture of customer behavior, pain points, sentiment across everything.
A unified view. That's got to be valuable for more than just customer service.
Oh yeah, product development, operations.
Yeah.
It informs a lot.
Yeah.
And the cost benefits really show up at scale.
Right, the long-term savings.
That's the argument.
Yeah.
There's an initial investment, sure, setting up and training, but the efficiency gains, needing less staff for routine tasks, better customer retention, it adds up to being highly cost-effective over time.
Handling more with the same or fewer people. Big impact.
And it just creates a strong competitive advantage.
How so?
The article concludes that businesses doing this well are just perceived better. More modern, more responsive, more customer-centric. That builds loyalty and attracts new business.
Okay, the why for integration is super compelling. So what about the how? What's the path to actually implementing this? The article covers considerations, right?
Yeah, it moves from the benefits to the practicalities. Thoughtful planning is key. It emphasizes starting by defining your goals really clearly. What specific problems are you trying to solve? Hold times, lead quality, 2F447 support.
Clear objectives first. Makes sense.
Then you absolutely need to map out your current customer journey.
Understand how people interact with you now.
Exactly. Where's the friction? Where can AI add the most value right away? And where is human interaction still totally essential?
Okay. And the AI needs good info to work with, right? The knowledge base.
That's the foundation. Both the call AI and the chatbots rely heavily on a comprehensive, accurate, well-organized knowledge base. Products, services, policies.
So investing time there is critical for accuracy.
Crucial. And you also have to actively train the AI beyond just feeding it data.
What does that involve?
Refining its responses, matching your brand voice, teaching it how to handle common scenarios, recognize intent. It takes effort. Scripting for calls, dialogue training for bots.
Got it. And those handovers. When AI passes to a human.
Seamless handover protocols are non-negotiable. Clear rules. When does it transfer? How does it transfer?
And making sure all the context goes with the customer.
Yes. So they don't have to repeat themselves. That's a major reason for using AI in the first place.
And it's not set it and forget it tech, is it?
Definitely not. The article strongly emphasizes Monitor and iterate constantly. Watch performance, analyze the data for gaps or improvements, refine the scripts, update the knowledge base. It's ongoing.
And what about the human team? Getting them on board.
Absolutely vital. Employee training and buy-in. Educate your agents on how the AI works. Frame it as a tool to help them, not replace them.
Train them on using the AI's insights, taking over smoothly.
Exactly. Their skills become even more valuable in this model. And finally, security and privacy.
Can't forget that.
Non-negotiable. Ensure any AI solution meets strict data security and privacy regulations, especially with customer info.
That's a really clear, practical roadmap the article lays out for businesses thinking about this.
Yeah, it covers the key steps for doing it right.
So let's try to wrap things up after this deep dive into the source material. The core message seems to be that these AI customer service solutions, the call answering, the chatbots, they're a pretty fundamental shift.
They're directly tackling those really common, really frustrating pain points. Missed calls, long waits, overwhelmed teams, inconsistent answers.
And delivering real value for businesses, 24/7 availability, instant responses, amazing scalability, and cost efficiency in the long run.
Yeah. And the article's conclusion is really clear. The future isn't all AI or all human. It's a sophisticated dance.
A hybrid model. AI handles the volume, the routine, the immediate stuff.
While humans are freed up for the nuance, the empathy, the complex problem solving, the things only people can really do well.
Understanding and embracing that hybrid model, like the article suggests, that seems to be the key to redefining great customer service now.
Using tech to make the human touch even more meaningful and impactful.
Exactly. Which kind of leaves us with a final thought to chew on, something the article's ending makes you ponder. If AI is increasingly taking over all those routine, repetitive tasks in customer service, really freeing up humans for more complex, empathetic, strategic work, well, what does that suggest about the most valuable human skills we're all going to need in the future?